Win, which came up today, but it wasn't a constant hampering of the...
When the World Series was an all-New York affair, the Yankees against the Giants or the Yankees against...
Good evening, everybody. The UT Chattanooga Mocs are 3-0 now. They are 1-0 in Southern Conference play after last night's thrilling 14-7 win over Appalachian State University.
How about that?
Wow.
Wasn't that something?
Where was that coming from?
That was some hair, wasn't it? Way to go, Darrell.
Talking about Bill Oliver?
I'll tell you. Darrell Patterson, once the voice of the Mocs when UTC was UT Chattanooga, actually, a long time ago. What, 1978?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, friends. I'm Dave Staley. Thanks for joining us. We're taking a little time to honor our friend Darrell, who's retiring after 39 years at News Channel 9. We have a studio audience, which goes to show we mean business here. We're serious about this. And, of course, my old buddy Don Welch is here. Grandpappy, how you doing?
Oh, boy. How we doing?
Looking good?
Looking very good. Lots of folks proud of you, my friend. Nearly 4 decades.
Yeah, a long
Who would
time.
ever have thunk it when we started this mess?
You know, if I had known that this thing would last this long, I'd have done a little bit better job, you know, put together some resume tapes and gotten them out and see if I got a real job somewhere.
Eat better, exercise more.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
How do you feel? What kind of a day is it for you? What are the emotions going through your mind, your heart right now?
You know, for the first time since I made this decision 3 years ago, I'm starting, and I don't do this. You know this, Dave. There are little nerves, a few butterflies, because it's like, I guess walking in today and seeing the people here,
a lot of folks.
It's like it hits you. Bittersweet.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that.
But it's going to be fun tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
As best as I can tell.
Because you know I'm retiring.
You won't be here tomorrow, will you? No.
I won't be here tomorrow.
No, really?
I'm on the schedule, but I'm calling in sick, okay? I got 1 sick day left.
And getting ready for golf, too.
Yes.
A little cold for golf right now. But,
but you can polish up the clubs and get the balls all ready and everything.
That has to be done.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Anne's excited. Your lovely wife, Anne. She's excited, too, of course, about all
Well, she is for right now.
There you go.
Check back with me in a month or so.
She said give it a month and she'll report.
Little change at home, isn't it?
Yeah. She's not used to having me around. Anne has threatened so many times to put a bell around my neck like a cow.
So she knows where you are.
She knows where I am and if I'm around, because she's not used to me being around.
Yeah. All righty.
So that'll be different.
All righty, folks. There's much more to come. We're just starting as we celebrate Darrell Patterson Day. Old pictures, lots of memories, how DP get into the world of broadcasting. Calvin Sneed took a trip to McMinn County to do a little bit of digging. A lot of good stuff straight ahead. That's after a break. We're glad you're with us for Darrell Patterson Day.
Darrell, congratulations on 39 years. I never would have thought. I mean, you definitely don't look old enough to be here that long.
I guess when it comes to covering sports, I'm kind of like Steve Martin, just one wild and crazy guy. That's all.
Oh, boy. Welcome back, everybody. We're celebrating Darrell Patterson's last day here at News Channel 9 as he rides off into retirement. It's a bittersweet day. No other way to really describe it. You mentioned that a couple of moments ago. I mean, bittersweet's a good word. Wouldn't you say, Don? Yes, I would
definitely
agree.
Yeah, and at some point later on this evening, after this is all over with, the people who found those old tapes, I'm coming after you.
You're going to play a little midnight visit?
I thought they had been
You going to roll yards?
I may roll yards.
I'll go with you.
Now, as most of us know, Darrell is a local boy hailing from Athens, Tennessee, McMinn County, McMinn County. Many backstories to talk about. No better man to do so than our own Calvin Sneed, who likes to do investigating. He did a little investigating on this story. Calvin, good afternoon. What'd you find out?
Good afternoon, sir. Well, you know what? If you ask Darrell Patterson, he would tell you that he was born on December 13th. If you talk to his brothers, Darrell Patterson sprang onto the scene on December 13th. Well, I went up to McMinn County and talked to some of the people in Darrell's early life who know him the best. Darrell Patterson's broadcasting career began at the tender age of 5.
He had an RC case and RC bottle for microphone. and played records and made up his own commercials and stuff.
Well, of course, his brothers Panky and Bruno made fun of him.
Sure. Never did make fun of Darrell.
I did.
Panky did, yeah.
Panky and Darrell were the two closest in age. Panky says he had good reason to make fun of his slightly older brother.
Okay, Mother always liked him best. So one year for Christmas, he wanted a tape recorder. And he convinced Mom that I wanted a tape recorder. So guess what we got for Christmas?
Panky says Darrell never would let him touch it. Darrell played defense on the McMinn County High School football team, and everybody remembers one game against Crossville and an offensive lineman named Lane Tollett.
Lane, he would come out and block for Kurt Watson, knock Darrell over every time. Darrell played defense.
Many years later, as adults, they met at a golf tournament.
And I said, Darrell, you remember him? This is Lane Tollett. Darrell said, well, I don't know if I recognize. Darrell said, wait a minute. So Darrell laid down in the floor and looked up. Now I recognize you. This position I was in all that night over there.
But Darrell's first love was always broadcasting. One of his high school classmates, Don Robinson, remembers when they both worked at WLAR Radio in Athens, where one of the regular segments was reading the local obituaries.
And we would go over in the corner and act like we were making out or something like that, you know, to try to see if we could get the other guy to crack up on the air during the obituaries.
Don also remembers one day when Darrell was reading some news about Vietnam, and he mixed up the first letters of the words towns and cities.
Towns and cities. Yeah. Reversed.
Don was in his car outside the station, listening and laughing.
And so I sat down on the horn and just kept blowing it. And finally he got off the air and he came to the window and looked down and gave me a salute.
Don says it does not surprise him that Darrell later got on at WDOD Radio in Chattanooga and then at News Channel 9, where he would spend the next 39 years broadcasting the news he loved the most, sports.
And because of my Christmas present, I figure I'm deserving of half the credit. Anything he's ever done, half the credit gets to me. You remember that, Darrell?
Send money, Darrell.
Yeah, send money.
His brothers just can't wait for his retirement.
He's coming up here to play golf.
That's right.
I've got to find somebody up here I can beat.
But on a serious note,
Darrell, I love you very much, and you have done a great job.
Mom always liked you best, is all I can say. No, I love you, brother, and congratulations, and good luck.
Now, of course, Darrell, I was already here 39 years ago when you first got here, okay, when you got here from WDOD. And the first thing I thought about when I met you in 1975 was, who is that guy? All I could say is, I tried to get you to stick with the afro, and you wouldn't do it.
I did for a while.
So look at what happened after that. Okay, I tried to get you to stick with the afro because it always worked, but you.
I did the afro. I did the beard. The reason the curls came out, you know, the afro is, for me at least, a permanent.
I had a permanent too.
It is not a good idea to get a permanent for the afro and then immediately go to Florida and lay in the sun for a week. Your hair kind of turns a reddish orange. So that was the end of that.
Back then, I was looking for a mentor. I'd just gotten here. I just had a little young kid from Kingsport, Tennessee, and I was looking for a mentor. And I got to tell you something, Darrell. I never learned a thing from you. Not a thing.
We tried.
But Panky said I had to like you because we're all family. So there you go, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Now, since Darrell is a local legend, it's only appropriate that for a couple of proclamations be presented from some local leaders, Athens City Mayor John Gentry and McMinn County Mayor Hal Buttram. Mayor Gentry, let's start with you.
Well, we got that reversed. I'm from the city, he's from the county, but we do have a proclamation for you, Darrell, and want to wish you a happy birthday.
Did you guys do this together?
We did it together.
Good.
We certainly did.
Cities and counties can't work together.
That's right.
These guys and I go way, way back, but we don't have time to get into that, right?
We're not going to divulge any secrets. That's right.
Go ahead.
That's right.
Darrell, go ahead.
Well, nothing says have a good party like whereases and wherefores. But John and I have developed a proclamation here for you that will designate December the 12th, 2013 as Darrell Patterson Appreciation Day in McMinn County in the city of Athens. Great. And with our congratulations, sir.
Hal, thank you.
All right.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. John, thank you. Thank you so much.
We'll keep working.
That's nice. Thanks.
Okay.
Over there? That is nice.
Over to there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, over to there.
All righty. Well, folks,
it's a nice proclamation. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Go ahead, Calvin. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. I'm just here, window dressing. Coming up next, a familiar face some of you have not seen in a long time. Bob Johnson worked with Darrell 32 years. I don't know how he stood him, but he did. So who better to talk about DP and the difference he made in local sports? That's coming up after this.
Heartiest of congratulations to you, Darrell, again on 38 years of remarkable sports coverage for ABC and News Channel 9. Almost 4 decades in the making, a singular career, and boy, if anybody has earned his retirement, it is you. So from all of us here at Good Morning America, make the best of it, Darrell, each and every day.
News with Bob Johnson. Weather with Don Welch. The sports with Darrell Patterson. And this is TV9 Action News.
Welcome back, everybody. We're here to recognize a Chattanooga sports icon, my old buddy Darrell Patterson, who's retiring today after 39 years here at the News Channel.
And you're dragging us down while you're doing that.
Yes, I am. Sorry about that. Yeah. And I hate that.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Well, the three amigos are here. You're one of those three amigos, by the way. Bob Johnson is here.
Very good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Hey, Cisco. Hey, Pancho.
I remember when.
Bob, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good.
Fine.
Talk about some of the memories. I know we could sit here and talk for hours upon hours, and we certainly have on the golf course over the years.
Yes, we have.
What are some of the memories, your feelings right now?
For one, when I first came to Chattanooga, I was an outsider. I was from Georgia.
Yeah.
And they didn't know me from Adam's house cat, of course, or what I was going to do or anything like that. And they welcomed me. These two guys welcomed me like brothers. And we've been that way ever since. We've been brothers ever since, and brothers in arms, and having a good time doing it too. And Darrell's been my buddy for the longest time.
Long time.
Yeah.
When I first met this guy, and I think it was documented in one of the articles that somebody wrote this week, there have been so many, and I've told the story several times. When I went to work at Channel 9, I was going into work one day and met him as he was leaving the building, having been in. I had no idea who he was. Introduced ourselves. We went outside in the parking lot and stood there for about an hour and talked because we had so much in common and kind of bonded that first day we met each other, and it's been like that for 38 years. And this guy here, I had known him. I had known him since way back before. I was the Athens bureau chief when you worked at another station in town.
Yeah, he was my favorite reporter.
And Don Don and I go way back. So we reconnected at Channel 9 38 years ago, and it's just been, and then you joined the party about 30 years ago. You know, guys, all that says is one thing. We're old. We're old.
And getting older. Since you say that, as we look back on Darrell's 39-year career at News Channel 9, we can't go any further without showing you this.
Uh-oh.
Bob, Darrell, and Don for Action News on 9.
We look like a bunch of idiots.
Who came up? We were talking about this just moments ago. Who came up with that idea? Because it's so funny right now, but when you think about it, it was really different and effective at the time.
That was inspired by the scene in the Hard Day's Night by the Beatles.
Okay.
They had a scene that was similar to that.
Sure.
And it seemed like the thing to do at the time. I don't know how it came from after that.
We just did what we were told.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did a good job of doing what we were told.
Yeah, that's right. We ran all over town together. Helping
old ladies
in the groceries.
And the pipe smoking thing.
Oh, yeah.
We were styling and profiling with them pipes now.
Don and I tried to get him into pipe smoking.
Never could, right?
Never could.
Yeah, never did learn how to do it.
I used mine as a weather pointer.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I tried to use mine in sports, but I could never find a way to incorporate a pipe into us.
Well, it's hard to putt with it.
Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about sideline wrap-up. You and I have done this, and all of us have been involved in one way or another with sideline wrap-up. How many games have we covered over the years?
I think it's 1,364.
Only you would know that.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
The human computer.
Yeah. I mean, really, when you think about it, I guess really, not patting ourselves on the back too much, we set the standard back then, didn't we?
Started in, I don't know, the late 80s or something like that with expanded coverage of high school football because nobody in town was doing it. We came up with the idea of covering nine football games every Friday night, and we went from that into expanded coverage and then covering 10, 11 games, whatever it took to do it. And then just in the last few years went from, I guess, 25 minutes from 10 after 11 to 11:35 with coverage of the high school football games on Friday night. High school football is so special to me. That is probably my one favorite thing that I've covered in my years here. I love the energy. I love the fanatics, I guess. There's so many high school football fans in the area, and it's just what we do.
May I say something, and I think the audience would agree with me.
Please do.
I think no one in this market has covered local sports in general, local sports of all kinds, more than Darrell Patterson.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've tried.
You have been dedicated to having local sports here. You've done an outstanding job.
That's been my mission from day one, to cover the local sports, leave the other stuff to the networks and whatever, and do the local sports, because local folks are the ones that are watching, and that's how I rolled. You know what I'm saying?
You did it.
Vern?
You rolled well.
Vern. You got it, Vern? I would imagine that sports love will now be on the golf course as well. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but...
Did you book the tee time for tomorrow?
Not for tomorrow. But we're going to be a little cool.
Dave has to work tomorrow because, see, I'm taking the day off.
That's right. By the way, I saw Ann a few minutes ago, and she said the to-do list is getting larger, by the way.
I know.
Honey-do list is getting larger.
I told my lovely wife, Ann, of 41 years, I'll get to that to-do list as soon as I get done with my to-do list.
There you go.
In my dreams, I said. In reality, I said, yes, dear.
He's kidding. He's kidding.
She's not smiling.
That bonus room, you know.
Yeah, I got to do some work
on that
there.
bonus room. All right, Bob, you're not going anywhere. You'll stay with us. We're all here. Thanks for being with us, folks. Lots more to come, including another familiar face. Stay with us. You're watching Darrell Patterson Day here on News Channel 9. Glad you're all with us.
I don't know much about sports except what I have learned from Darrell. And that part I have really missed, not being close by.
Darrell, congratulations on nearly 4 decades of covering sports in the Chattanooga area. Your energy and enthusiasm and your dedicated coverage and your sports storytelling style created an absolute Hall of Fame career, and congratulations on that. Also, you've been such a special person and very much appreciated in the community with all your efforts from a community standpoint. To your volunteer challenge to everyone that's raised over $500,000 for foster children in the community through the Santa for All Seasons program is a blessing to the community. Congratulations to you on your retirement, and God bless.
Pretty good coach, huh? Phil Fulmer, former head coach of the Volunteers. A little surprise for you right there.
You know, Phil and I came this close to being teammates.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Well, I was not good enough to go to the University of Tennessee.
Well.
But I sent my high school quarterback, Phil Pierce, up to the University of Tennessee.
Oh, so that
Phil
was the
played
plan.
Quarterback. Phil Pierce played quarterback. Phil Fulmer was in the offensive line.
Oh, I did not know
I was watching.
Oh. Turned out okay. All right, we're here celebrating Darrell's last day. Really, literally last day.
Yeah, it's my last day.
Rolling off
I'm
into
off
retirement.
Tomorrow. Did you know that?
Yes, you're not going to be here tomorrow.
You're working tomorrow.
Yeah. And we've heard from Darrell from a lot of folks the past several days. Remember this, a couple of weeks ago, even honored by UTC at halftime of the Kennesaw State game. On November the 19th, Darrell got his own jersey, raised up the jersey. I think it was number 40, wasn't it?
Number 40 for 40 years, they said. David
Well, that's close
Blackburn.
enough.
Yeah. Well, actually, my association with UTC does go back 40 years because I did the basketball and the football play-by-play for the Mocs, even back in the days of Ron Shoemate Joe Morrison. I reported on little Russ Huseman when he was a defensive back for the Chattanooga Mocs.
Oh,
He's
that
now
guy.
the head coach of the Chattanooga Mocs. And Russ is here today, and I appreciate that. But yeah, it's been 40 years. Russ was a mere kid when I was reporting on. That was special right there. That was special.
Yeah, it looks good too.
I got to find a place in that bonus room on my to-do list to hang that thing.
We're back to that bonus room thing again.
It's a project.
All right, Darrell. Now, there are several folks who appreciate you and are making sure this day is one to remember. We're going to talk with these folks a little bit later on. We got some people here that want to give you, a handshake.
Money?
And I'm not sure about money or all that.
I'm going to be on a fixed income now.
Well, you are.
Medicare and retirement and everything.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. But I will tell you, there's a lot of folks who are going to be affected by your retirement. And right now, we have one of the gentlemen coming up here. This would be
Mayor.
The mayor.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I didn't bring money.
Oh,
sorry.
That's all right. I love you anyhow.
Yeah, absolutely. But again, congratulations. We appreciate all that you've meant to the community and will continue to mean to the community. And also, I hadn't heard anybody mention your karaoke. And I've actually witnessed
You
that,
went
so.
there. You went there,
went
Jim.
there. Sorry. But you're not going to be on TV anymore, so I don't have to worry about you paying me back. But it is a privilege and honor to be here to proclaim today Darrell Patterson Day.
Thank you.
Cool. And again, want to thank you for your commitment to the community and what you've meant to this community. And I grew up watching you, Darrell, so congratulations.
Thanks, Mayor Coppinger.
Thank
I appreciate
you.
it. That.
Thank
Now,
you.
He mentioned karaoke. Did a karaoke party one night at Valley Brook, and I do have the tape of him singing some Waylon Jennings stuff. So be nice to me, okay?
I will be nice to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Darrell, life's going to change in a matter of hours for you and for your lovely wife, and it's going to change for at least one other person as well, and that'd be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because for almost 30
I'm
years,
off tomorrow.
You are.
Have I mentioned that to you?
Yes, you have. Yes, Darrell and I have shared the same space, the same cubby hole, the same office. In some respects, 30 years seems like yesterday, but then again, in reality, let's face it, that's a long time ago. 1984. Dale Earnhardt was on his way to becoming a legend. Very few baseball fans had even heard of Tom Glavine. John Smoltz wasn't close to being a household name either. You see what I'm saying here? 1984. That's when I came to Chattanooga, Tennessee, and started working alongside Darrell Patterson. What a ride it's been. An interesting ride. I could sit here and share stories with you for about 10 hours. Let me send just a couple of stories your way. Back in the days of Engel Stadium, the Lookouts held a media game in July. Certainly not a midsummer classic, but you get the picture. Halfway through the game, former Channel 12 sportscaster Chip Tarkenton hit Darrell in the head with a baseball from about 5 feet away. Not good. Tarkenton did not have the athletic prowess of his Hall of Fame Uncle Fran. Darrell had a lump the size of a baseball on his forehead for 2 weeks. And then there was the putt-putt contest. For whatever reason, all 3 local sports directors gathered to battle it out on the plastic turf. I covered it like a golf analyst would and should. By the way, love those tinted glasses. At the time, they were my trademark. Anyways, I was actually hoping that Darrell would lose. I thought it would be fun to give him a good ribbing. Well, as fate would have it, Patterson proceeded to whip Will and Randy like a couple of rented mules. So much for that. I had to switch gears.
Darrell, you were lucky out there tonight.
No, Dave, you're wrong. And anyone who has followed my golf game over the years knows that you're wrong.
That was an inside joke, and I suspect that's something that both of us will miss. The familiarity, the inside stuff, the inside knowledge, the comfort level, if you will. For example, when I say that I saw Benny at the game tonight, Darrell knows exactly who I'm talking about. All I have to say is I'm going to talk to Touchdown Teddy. Darrell knows. When I answer a question by saying, huh, who, what, quarterback, Andy, Kelly, Andy, yeah. Darrell knows that could only be one man. And when I walk in the door and say, well, Darrell, you can't turn the ball over. You turn the ball over 4 or 5 times, you're going to get beat just about every time. Darrell knows that voice comes from only one head coach. But I believe the biggest change will come in stability. For 30 years, when I walk through the door, I've known who's sitting in the chair closest to the back. That ends today. It'll take me a while to get used to that. Maybe a long while. Maybe never. Darrell, my friend, congratulations. You made it. Richly deserved. Enjoy your retirement. I'll see you at the clubhouse. 9:45 tea is always good. Barry says he's in. Call your brother. See if he can play with us. Oh, boy, we had the stories there. Remember Cheyenne Golf?
Oh, yes.
Sure,
oh,
we
yes.
get done with the show at 11:30. By 11:50 in the old building downtown, had those plastic
hallways,
cups
down
cut in
through the
half.
hallways.
We had
put
an 18
into the
hole.
general manager's
up,
office
up
and
the
put
stairs,
out.
down, around, through doors.
And nobody knew it. Thankfully, we did it at night.
Exactly. There till about 2 in the morning playing golf.
We wouldn't have had a job had we.
Probably so. You're probably correct on that. Anyway, talking about many memories today for lots of folks. Who can forget the kids benefiting from Santa for All Seasons? Darrell hosted the Volunteer Challenge for 22 years. Really a great deal. Thousands of dollars raised to benefit Santa for All Seasons, an organization that helps foster kids. The Volunteer Challenge was recognized by Tennessee governors Ned McWhorter and Don Sundquist. Certainly was an effort for all of us to be proud of. Good morning, everybody. I'll tell you.
I'm Darrell Patterson from NewsChannel 9, and I want to welcome you to our 22nd Volunteer Challenge Golf Tournament. Most of you know why you're here. For those of you who may not know why you're here to get a budget for the coming year for Santa for All Seasons. Santa for All Seasons is a Chattanooga charity that helps foster kids with their educational, moral, all kinds of needs that they might have. Foster kids, as many of you might know, sometimes slip.
Yeah, I'll tell you, 22 years.
Yeah, $500,000 roughly.
Is that how much it was, really? $500,000. Boy. I'll tell you, you put it together. I saw your hard work with that. Yeah, you
I
did.
didn't do anything.
No, actually, you did. I saw it there and everything. I believe now we're going to bring in one of your friends. Is that correct? Do you know this fine?
My neighbor.
Here?
He's come to mow my yard. All right, good. I've been trying to hook him up to mow my yard for a while now.
Just for a second. Claude Ramsey's here. Some other folks are here. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. We're glad you're with us, folks. We're celebrating Darrell's last day here at NewsChannel 9.
One thing about Darrell is that you really don't want to try to go head-to-head with him with witty quips, because you're going to lose. Darrell is Johnny Carson quick with the one-liners, and I tried to go there with him a few times, and I could never keep up. He's just got a great quick wit, and loves a good laugh, and we'll miss that too.
Sugar Ray is a 3-1 favorite. Took 14 rounds for him to stop Hearns in 1981. The fight won't go half that distance tonight.
Boy, you looked good there.
Yeah, styling.
Styling with that tux.
Still got it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're celebrating Darrell's last day here at NewsChannel 9. He's retiring after 39 years of fine service. More accolades to send out. Governor Bill Haslam's former chief of staff, former Hamilton County mayor, Darrell's neighbor, good friend to all of us. Claude Ramsey is here. Hello, sir.
Hey.
What do you have for Darrell?
Well, the governor couldn't be here, but he did want you to know that he appreciates all you've done for this community. You've been a professional in TV, but he really appreciates the efforts you've made with children and the thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars you've raised. And he wanted me to say thank you.
Thank you, Claude.
And keep participating in the community.
I will do that.
We need you.
He will make sure that I do, because we live about, a 9-iron from each other.
Well, it's a 9-iron for some of us. It's longer than that for you.
I appreciate it, Claude. Thank you so much.
And speaking of 9-iron, another important person is with us. NewsChannel 9 Vice President General Manager Mike Costa is here. And I believe you have something along that 9-iron line for Mr. Patterson.
We sure do. Darrell, when I first came to the station, my first order of business was to play golf with you and Bob Johnson. And I learned you hit from the wrong side of the ball first.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And in talking to...
Left brain, right brain thing.
Talking to Chief of Staff Ramsey, he explained to me how you hit a lot of balls into his yard. But he said, you know,
Threw me under the bus.
Darrell hits those scuffed up balls. The one with the red stripes on it that say range.
Range, yeah.
So we got you some golf balls, but more importantly, we got you to help you with your bucket list, a News Channel 9 golf bag, so everyone will always know who you are and where you're going. And I want to say on behalf of the station, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm going to miss you.
Thank you. You know I'm off tomorrow.
Oh, whoa.
Taking a sick day and stuff.
Well, we hope you enjoy it. I have promised Ann, after a year, she can call me and we'll find something for you to do.
Very nice. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Thanks.
All righty, folks. Quick break. We'll be right back. One more segment celebrating Darrell Patterson Day here at News Channel 9.
Dave, we got a golf bag.
Yeah, I know you do. Yeah. Nice bag.
Here we are.
Look at that crowd right there. Now, that's a serious crowd. A studio audience here at News Channel 9. How about a round of applause for everybody? How about that, anyway? Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're celebrating Darrell's last day here at News Channel 9. He retires after 39 years of valued and important service. Going to talk to a few members of the crowd right now. Come on over with me. And first, we're going to talk to Bill. Bill McAfee.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Former Tennessee Senator. Now, wait a minute. Darrell replaced you. Am I correct on this?
Yes, right. Yes, he did. Darrell and I have been, I guess, Darrell and I are the only two sports directors the channel has had in the years that's been here.
Wow.
But I enjoyed the years I was here and enjoyed the years in the legislature. Darrell has done a good job, and Darrell, congratulations and best of luck to you.
Sounds good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Connie Patterson.
Yes, sir.
Your turn.
Hi.
You're with Santa for All Seasons, of course.
Santa for All Seasons.
Boy, I tell you, that as we talked about up there, boy, that worked well, didn't it?
It did. We figured the other day, we started counting up, and we think Darrell helped probably at least 15,000 kids.
Amazing. Wow. It was a pretty good tournament.
It was a great tournament.
That's worth a round of applause. You're absolutely correct.
And he worked harder than anybody in the tournament.
Connie, thank you. Appreciate it. Good to see you. All right, Steve, stand up, buddy. Yeah, you.
I didn't do it.
Steve Hedrick, former production manager, bigwig, big shot here at News Channel 9 after retiring a few years back. How do you feel?
I feel great. Darrell, I'm happy for you. I am so sorry.
Speaking with Ann.
I'm talking to Ann. I've got a big bell at the house that I'll loan you. But Darrell, have a happy retirement and happy trails.
That's a good way to put it. Thanks, Steve. How are you doing? Okay?
I'm doing great.
Good
I'm
to see you.
enjoying myself and having a good time.
Thank you, Steve. Steve Hedrick. Thank you. Yeah, might as well. Why not? Why not?
You know.
This is Panky.
I don't steal the show.
Thank you, Patterson. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Well, I'm fine. Yeah.
Good,
Last time I
good.
saw you was on the golf course.
It was.
We'll be playing
That's
a lot
a
of
good
golf.
place. I'm ready. When it warms up.
What did you think of Calvin's piece? He did a nice job, didn't he?
Awesome.
And
great job, Calvin.
There he is, right there.
But Darrell needs to know that is a right-handed bag, and he's left-handed.
That's right.
Just saying.
About that, yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Now, you guys will probably, I would imagine, hit the golf course quite a bit.
I hope. Like I said before, I've got to find somebody I can beat. So he's the first sucker available.
Yeah.
No, I love him.
I know you do. See you on the golf course.
See
Glad
you then,
to
buddy.
Talking a little bit. Okay. Thank you, Patterson. Tommy Jet. The Jet. The Jet. Why am I yelling? Why are we yelling? Hi, buddy. How are you?
Oh, I'm above ground.
We're really happy you're here.
Half of it is here.
Well, I was just going to say we're happy you're here. First off, how are you feeling?
I'm a lot better, and just slowly but surely recuperating. But we're here to celebrate Darrell Patterson's retiring. And Darrell grew up listening to me, and that's the reason he's as good as he is.
Well, that might be so.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. Now, you've watched Darrell for many years.
Oh, yeah.
And you can appreciate how difficult it is to do something in the industry for 39 or 40 years.
Yeah, exactly. And Darrell and I worked together at WDOD in 1972, 73, somewhere in 73. somewhere in there, and before he came over here, and so and he did grow up listening to me in Athens, Tennessee. WFLI. That's where I started. I've been on air 53 years. So.
Did he ever do the hey now thing, or did you?
I got
you wouldn't give that up to him.
No, I wouldn't
anybody would.
Well, now that he's retired.
Hey now.
Now that he's retired, you can feel free to use it. But I wanted to say one thing. A famous man once said that I will study and prepare, and perhaps my chance will come. Well, Darrell Patterson's chance came, and he did it well. And as he quits, he's going to be quitting ahead.
That's right.
That's
on
it.
top.
That's
Thank you, Tommy.
Little philosophy there.
Thanks, Jet.
Okay.
Good to see you.
Okay.
Thank you for being here, brother.
Okay, thank you.
Tommy Jet, we could stand here for the next 2 hours and talk to so many folks. We're appreciative that everybody is here. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back as the celebration continues. Darrell Patterson's last day.
Phil. This is it. Wrap it up.
Well, I guess we're wrapping it up. Aren't we going to go back up there to the boys up there? Well, come on. Let's go up there then. Sorry about that.
Bravo.
Here we are back where we started from.
Ain't nothing like live television, is it?
Thank goodness for live TV.
I was going to wrap it up and say goodbye.
I just want to say, I just want to
Yeah.
say this. I'm retiring, and it doesn't matter to me at all because tomorrow I'll no longer be employed by WTVC. But this show was supposed to end at 12:58. It's 1:04.
That's what you understand what I'm saying here.
Producing
Sounds like everything's all
Who's keeping us on time? I want to know that.
Nobody ever.
Well, how do you feel?
I feel good.
This is a few minutes for you now. We can stand here and talk all day if we wanted to, but what do you think?
There are some people that I want to thank, especially these guys here that I've worked with, again, for 38, 39 years, besides, well, including Panky and Bruno. These are my favorite brothers. I also have Panky and Bruno and Lee and Earl out in Dallas who are hopefully watching on the web today. Dave, as we said, we've been together for 30 years, and we've been family. This has been a family television station here at NewsChannel 9. I would have stayed here 39 years if it hadn't been family, if I hadn't thoroughly enjoyed it. These guys have been a pleasure to work with. There are a lot of... Punch up that audience shot again, and just look at the people who have come here today. I'm looking on the front row. Here's a guy. I'm going to walk. I mean, what are you going to do? Fire me? This guy here, stand up, big guy. This guy here and I grew up together, a half a mile from each other, something like that. I told Scotty several years ago, when you get to run this dairy business and stuff, you got to get a signature of some kind. Try a bow tie or something. It worked out pretty good, didn't it, Scotty?
I appreciate your advice.
I appreciate you coming. Did you bring some ice cream?
I did.
Good. All right.
Not.
Love the bow tie. Thanks, Scotty. Appreciate it. I talked about this guy earlier. Covered him when he was a little bitty kid playing defensive back. Wasn't very good for the Chattanooga Mocs, and now he's coaching. And I'm gonna miss you, big guy.
Well, I was thinking about it too. I'll miss my Wednesday walk, seeing you every Wednesday down to practice field. The best part of my Wednesday was that. Not practice, but seeing you on Wednesday.
This guy here makes what I do special. It really, really does. Coach Huseman and I go back again to his playing days. He's top shelf guy. And the folks who run UTC come up with the money necessary to keep him here at head football. I can say that now. See, I'm a fan. And
They're keeping me.
I've already told Coach Huseman in the past I go to Mocs games to watch him. I become a fan next year. I'm coming after you. You do something I don't like, I'm going to let everybody know about it.
I'm going to save you the seat right behind the bench. No. And you can get
honorary coach or something like that.
Anyway.
Can I wear a headset and stuff?
No. Go to somebody else. Good to see you.
I got to go back and just stay with me for a minute. Stand up, guys. These two guys here, stand up. Something like 40-something years ago, I worked with this guy at a radio station, WLAR, in Athens. He replaced me when I left, came to Chattanooga. Johnny Kaufman replaced me as the voice of the Cherokees, and he's been the voice of the Cherokees ever since, and I appreciate him coming by. This guy here was the head coach of the Cherokees in 1972, the last time that I did the play-by-play for McMinn County High School. Got to follow him at McMinn County, got to follow him at Cleveland through that 3 straight state championship running skid, through the Ooltewah days. The earliest childhood memory I have, my daddy carried me in his arms to watch Benny Monroe play quarterback for McMinn County High School. Have you heard that one before, Benny?
Many times.
These are 2 special guys who, I mean, you know, you meet people in your career and some people stand out, and these are 2 guys who stand out. They really do, guys. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
And did I ever tell you that my earliest childhood memory, my dad, Bruno, am I lying?
No.
Didn't Daddy? Dad carried me to watch Benny play quarterback at McMinn County High School. I see Jim Reynolds over here, David Lau, Herb Adcox, bless your heart, love you guys. So many people. Gerald Riggs is over here. I appreciate it. There's another guy. I covered him and his son. That's something else. Joey Early. There's my sister-in-law, Denise. Phil Tuggle. Phil Tuggle that I worked with on radio in Athens. When I worked with Kaufman, we were kids then. We were. Phil used to play a whole lot of Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes on the radio. That's just what he did. Stump Martin, great to see you. Jay Greason from the Times Free Press. Jay Blackman. Ann Wehunt from UTC. Let me go over here in the dark area. Randy Smith, stand up. Appreciate it. Here's a guy that I worked opposite for so many years. We were not competitors.
No.
Not really. We were friends. Randy Smith and I have always been friends. And
we have. We really have.
Special. You wrote a really nice article about me a couple of weeks ago on Chattanoogan.com that really means a lot for stuff like that. It means.
Yeah, but you didn't remember any of those things that I mentioned. But,
well, you know, I have selective memory.
Well, that's true. But, you know, the thing is, and I really, you know, feel like have a lot of relations with all these people here because I grew up watching you.
Sit. Grant Reynolds from Boyd Buchanan High School that I've worked with since he's been there. Robert Akins next to him. Robert was at Boyd Buchanan, covered him with his state championships, and now at Ringgold High School. Let me talk to my favorite guy here. We've said this for, stand up, big guy. Dave Staley and I have said this for several years. You strike up friendships along the way with a lot of people. Struck up a friendship with this guy so many years ago when he coached the Chattanooga Mocs. He left here as the coach of the Chattanooga Mocs, got a job as scouting in the NFL. That thing worked out pretty good, didn't it? Buddy Nix went on to be director of scouting for the Buffalo Bills.
Right.
Put together a team that went to Super Bowl or 2. Went to San Diego, put together a team or 2 that went to a Super Bowl. There was a Breeze guy, a Manning guy involved in that thing. And is Diane here?
No, she just had to go. She got a tennis match.
And Diane, his wife, is the reason that Buddy still lives in Chattanooga. And he's still a great friend. Buddy Nix, he said, I saw Buddy when he came in today. He said, we have to talk later because you're going to have to teach me how to do this retiring thing. You can't retire.
Well, I'm not old enough yet, Darrell.
All of these people are talking about how young they are and how old I am.
Right.
But he's been our friendship.
Long time.
Long time. He always invited me to Buffalo to visit anytime I wanted to. Buffalo, New York. When he got the job at San Diego, I never got an invite. What's up with that?
Back at Buffalo, the invitation still goes.
I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks. Sit.
Congratulations.
Good to see you. There's Quake, Stephen Hargis, Kevin Cole, former employee here, Owen Seaton from UTC, another guy that I covered. My career has been one of covering kids as they grow up, get older, and go on to special things in their life. One of my favorites all-time covering was Reggie White. Covered Reggie when he was a high school basketball and football player down at Howard High School. Went on to become a pretty good football player up at Tennessee, and then went in the NFL and kind of, didn't do much there. No, I'm sorry, that was BJ.
Oh.
It's all right. I'm going to remember that.
Coach Huseman talked a little while ago about our Wednesday meetings. And when BJ was at UTC, it was the same thing. It was like every Wednesday, BJ and I would spend a little bit of time together, and it's been that way. You're going to play in the NFL. I'm going to hook you and Buddy up. You ever been to Buffalo?
A little cold up there.
He's invited me. How are things going with you?
Things are going well. Things are going well. Just glad to be back in Chattanooga, spending time with the people who have grown up with and really enjoyed. So thank you guys for having me back. I really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure watching this guy play at Baylor.
Hey now. Hey now.
Love you, man.
Love you too. Congratulations.
B.J. Coleman played at Macaulay, played at UT for a little while, then came to UTC and was a great quarterback at UTC.
Well, thank you, Conley. I appreciate
Green Bay Packers. I wonder how that's working out with them with Rodgers hurt, you know.
Good luck.
They're a favorite team, right? Attaboy. Herb Adcox, I mentioned him a while ago. Gary Mack. It's overwhelming, all of the people that have come out today. It's overwhelming that for the first time in 39 years, in our business, y'all know this, we wear these things in our ear. There are producers talking to us all the time, wrap up, Darrell, hurry up. And it's like, I just started. Well, we got heavy along the way. Weather ran long. So we got to cut sports. I haven't just now. Shannon Millsap said, hey, now, it's the first thing I've heard in my ear today. Mike, it's your television station. You can run it however you want to. And
like I'm going to stop.
What? We're not really on TV. We joined the network 20 minutes ago. BJ, good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Gary Mack, we go back to radio.
Is there a drawing for a flat screen TV today?
we can make that happen.
We go back to the Midnight Choir. We can do some more of that.
Let's not. Let's not. My boy here, this is another guy that I grew up watching on television at Channel 10 in Knoxville. Remember I told Scotty, I'll get to you in a minute. Remember I told Scotty to do the tie thing and it worked out well for him. There was another childhood friend of ours I just thought of, Bobby Goodfriend. I used to work for Bob's dad. Yeah, in a clothing store in Athens. And Bobby was in college and his dad gave him a place called the Outlet Stores later on when he graduated from school. And I told Bobby, I said, look, change the name of this place. Use your name or something like that. You know, come up with some little trick. I gave Scotty the necktie thing and told Goodfriend, I said, use maybe Goodies. Maybe that'll work for you. And it worked out all right. Well, I told this guy a long time ago, I said, Bob, you ought to get into, doing the voice of the Vols on radio.
That's worked out pretty good.
There was a guy named John.